Amid all the hoopla at Google's most recent flagship phone event, there was one big moment that people seemed truly amazed by.
I'd like to invite Isabel back on stage for a conversation in her native language, Swedish. Hey Isabel, how's it going?
Hej Isabel, hur är läget?
Helt okej, tack.
Absolutely okay, thank you.
What do you think of these cool new headphones?
Vad tycker du om de här coola nya hörlurarna?
Mitt team designade dem, så jag tycker de är ganska coola.
My team designed them, so I think they're pretty cool.
Journalists started freaking out about the onstage translation pretty quickly, calling it groundbreaking, innovative, life-changing. But it's also something more. Do you remember that moment in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when a slimy-looking babblefish translated multiple spoken languages?
It feeds on brainwave energy, absorbing unconscious frequencies and excreting a matrix of conscious frequencies to the speech centers of the brain.
It's a sci-fi future that I have been lucky enough to live in for the past month. Universal translators are a whole new class of wearable that people all around Silicon Valley have been working on for a while.
¿Cómo te llamas?
What's your name?
My name is Jerson.
Where you want to be on a sunny day like today?
Yeah, definitely. The weather's great out here.
Doppler Labs is letting us try out its Here One wireless earbuds, which syncs with a beta version of its real-time translation software that turns all those languages you don't speak into English. Granted, it is still a little slower than what they hope to unveil next year, when it will have just 1 second of lag before it starts translating in your ear. You can probably already imagine it being enormously helpful on an international trip, like fake going to China, for example. Okay, Sam, hello.
Hey.
I hear we're gonna do some translation.
That's right. I'm going to speak Chinese and then we'll have a conversation.
Okay.
你最喜欢的电影是什么?
What is your favorite movie?
I will tell you, I'm so excited to see the new Thor movie when that comes out.
你住在哪儿?
I love that word.
Where do you live?
I live in Half Moon Bay.
你喜欢去海滩吗?
Do you like going to the beach?
Yeah, we go a lot. My husband's a surfer. Not to say that it's perfect. It got hung up on a common issue for machine translation, the old place name problem. Do you live right by the beach?
我住在城市里.
I live on the side of the ocean.
我不住在海滩里.
I live on the side of the ocean.
Side of the ocean side. Ocean side.
对.
I get it. Okay.
那好, 那好.
And there's no way this problem is specific to just Doppler. This is an across-the-board translation issue. So if you are a fellow language dunce, congrats, you're not alone. It's difficult enough, what with all the conjugation rules, so imagine how hard teaching software multiple languages would be. Scholars have been expressing doubt over whether it's truly possible to use machines to translate with fluency since the 50s.
Really, computers were first invented during the Second World War, and at that point, they had two uses essentially. One was for calculating artillery tables, and the other one was for code breaking.
Christopher Manning is a computer scientist at Stanford who specializes in natural language processing, aiming to get computers to understand how people really talk. He says machine translation eventually spun off into statistical machine translation, but neural net translation took the math idea and ran with it. Today's computers are learning in bulk.
Our computers scan these texts looking for statistically significant patterns. That is to say, patterns between the translation and the original text that are unlikely to occur by chance. Once the computer finds a pattern, it can use this pattern to translate similar text in the future.
So how likely is it that translation earbuds will really take off with people?
So I think it is legit, it is happening, and capabilities are starting to be available. Compared to the phrase books of old, it's just such an amazingly better experience.
This sort of tech would obviously be a huge win to business people, aid workers, college students, you name it. So yes, there is a clear market waiting to be tapped. Let's review all the products that do similar things, shall we? There are the Google Pixel Buds, which we just saw for $160, but those only work when paired with a Pixel 2. German earbuds maker Bragi recently released a new version of its OS with iTranslate app features baked in. iTranslate is a popular app that also has offline options, though those are mostly survival phrases.
Hello, D. Put this in your ear.
Je mets ça dans mon oreille?
Yeah, put it in your ear.
Pilot by Waverly Labs is another set of earbuds that debuted on Indiegogo more than a year ago, designed for travelers but inspired by a love connection abroad.
Je peux t'entendre parler français?
I came up with the idea for a translator when I met a French girl.
The only problem is that Indiegogo closed a while ago and has not yet shipped, though for the price and even the 15 or so languages it says it can do, Google's Pixel Buds kind of just ate their lunch with 40 languages. And in case you didn't know, Skype can translate 10 spoken languages and 50 written languages, even some of the most difficult for non-native speakers, like Japanese.
Real-time multilingual communicationは日本で非常に重要です。
Real-time multilingual communication is very important in Japan.
And of course, there's Google Translate, which started in 2006 as a pretty basic website that supported only 2 languages. Now it's a powerful app that supports over 100 languages, can translate text in photos, and is the secret sauce behind the Pixel Buds demo. Google Translate allows offline language downloads now, but hey, so does the competition. Doppler CEO and co-founder Noah Kraft had a grand vision for translation right when his company got its start in 2013.
We were looking at the wearable technology space because we very much believed that computers were going to move onto the body. And the big revelation we had is, why don't we use the ears and headphones as kind of the base?
A couple of earbuds later, the company is just able to say its $300 Hear One earbuds can help the hard of hearing thanks to recent passage of the Over-the-Counter Hearing Aid Act. Before the bill passed, Doppler could not advertise the fact. Right now, Doppler plans to release translation as a software update to the existing Hear One earbuds sometime in early 2018. There will be a little delay for compute then because the translation will have to be done in the cloud. But a release of updated Hear earbuds in Q3 of 2018 will put way more power in the earbud itself and in better smartphones.
So next year we believe mobile phones will have the power to do this, but this year it's like only if you have the best phones, you know, the ones that are coming out now, like the Essential phone. But the benefit of that is that when I'm traveling, I don't have to have a data connection, I don't have to be on Wi-Fi, right? I can go to a bakery and have sort of this fluent natural conversation without needing to worry about getting a SIM card or fumbling with getting on Wi-Fi.
Doppler has 50 employees working on these and other problems now. Engineers say their work on translation is easier because of the way the earbuds were designed, with microphones inside.
One of the biggest challenges in general is getting the audio signal cleanly. So often translators break down because you can't get a clean audio signal. And that's why Google Translate, like, you hold it up to your mouth.
By the way, they are not linguists. They're using someone else's data for the translation, and it's someone we already know about. Where is that database stored?
It's a third party. We're not sharing who our partner is, but let's just say a company that is much bigger than us is equally interested in what we're able to do, so they've given us proprietary access to non-public APIs.
Oh, that's going to drive me crazy wondering who it is.
Sorry.
Google, Apple, one of them. Yeah, okay, I figured. You talked about these going to the Olympics, for example. So would you try to get people to rent them or buy them in sets of 2?
You could imagine rental as one option, especially at giant cultural events. If one person has it, we are building the system so you can use one pair of buds and a phone, right? You can imagine, you know, kind of corporate B2B buying. We've looked into selling 2-packs that are specific translation So you actually buy two, and you can imagine, just like there's a Polycom sitting on a desk, you walk into an office and there's two pairs. The first thing you do when you sit down, you say, hey, let me put them in, now let's start talking. All these are just options right now.
Taking the software out for a spin was a big trust exercise, and it turns out for good reason. Because it's all beta right now, not being able to connect to the server for a few minutes at one point was a drag. But once people got to use the buds, they were mostly very impressed. It was really funny watching your face because I think everybody probably does that at first. What were you thinking?
I couldn't believe how well it worked. So, yeah, these things are amazing. My mind is blown.
I feel like we're filming an infomercial right now, but I'm glad you like them so much.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm like shocked.
¿Qué estás leyendo ahora?
What are you reading now?
Right now I'm reading Game of Thrones.
¿Eres de la casa Stark o la casa Targaryen?
You're from the house. Even hello, home until fine.
No es muy bien con proper nouns.
Yeah. What did you think?
It was cool. Yeah, it was fun to be able to like be looking at someone and not like down at your phone. Like I felt like we could actually have a conversation.
After at least being able to understand people, especially in languages I haven't the foggiest ability to actually speak myself, I am sold. That's big picture. Practically, we know these companies have to figure out how to make it work with two people. Will they do it the Waverly way, where you share earbuds back and forth? Or will they do it the Google way, where you have earbuds and a phone? We know Doppler is still wrestling with this question, so we'll see how they figure it out. Most of all, this story makes me want to travel overseas like tomorrow to get good tea for one. Come on, Liv, have your tea. Let's start planning.